Hi friends, Jay Sennett. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Jay here in my jazz kitchen. Hope all of you are doing well. Thank you as always for watching. Today I'm going to prepare for you a delicious chicken breast dinner. It's my Panko Encrusted Asiago Shitake mushroom chicken breast with Bucatini pasta. Now there are all kinds of pasta. Just an infinite number of different pastas out there. And I like the Bucatini pasta for this dish. It's thicker than linguine, has a good texture to it, so I think it's a perfect dish for this particular, how I'm putting together this chicken dish. So in here I have panko breadcrumbs, okay? And here I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of both garlic powder and onion powder, okay? Garlic powder and onion powder. Mix that around. Here, I sliced up the chicken breast, okay, and I seasoned it with salt and pepper, like so. And in this bowl, I have 2 eggs. I beat 2 eggs because I'm going to use the eggs as a dipping source, right, to help bind the panko here. Yep. I have my pasta boiling in the background. Maybe you can hear that or see the steam. And this is the only little time-consuming part of the dish once you get everything chopped up. Okay. While I'm doing this, I'm going to turn my saucepan on for the chicken. Let that oil, I have olive oil in that pan heating up. Again, slice up the chicken breast, season with salt and pepper. Dip it in a couple of eggs. And in the panko breadcrumbs, I put a half a teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder in with that. While my oil is getting hot, I can do a few more of these. We just have a couple of more anyway. Up, dip that back in there. It's okay. Goes over here, Jay, on the plate. I love the panko breadcrumbs on the outside of this. It just gives it a nice texture when you're biting into these breasts. Really nice texture. Okay. And do you have to make it with Bucatini pasta? No. You can use any pasta you want, actually. That's just my preferred choice. And you probably might have a little tricky time finding it in the grocery stores. I've only seen it once, like on the shelf in the grocery store. Okay, my oil is calling me. Just a moment, 2 more pieces. Get the crumbs on the breast, and then we're going to go over to the stove. Okay. Actually, 2 more pieces. There we go. All right, we're ready to go over to the stove. I'll wipe my hand off here. Okay. Let's go over to the stove, and then we can start cooking this chicken. This dish here, too, I have my shiitake mushrooms sliced up. So we're going to go over here to the stove and start cooking. Okay, so I think my oil is hot enough now. Take these chicken pieces. That's the sound I want to hear. Beautiful sound right there. All right. And while this is cooking, just for a few minutes on each side, I took my pasta off the stove. And in terms of the pasta, just cook it for the box time. You know, it says it's usually anywhere between 9 and 11, 12 minutes. The Bucatini, B-U-C-A-T-I-N-I. B-U-C-A-T-I-N-I. Bucatini. And grab one of the noodles. Now, see, it's thicker. It's a thick texture. It's kind of almost tubular, but it's thicker than spaghetti, more round than linguine, and I think it's the texture right now. The texture is delicious. Perfect texture for this. Turn this up a little bit. Now, you have to be careful. The trick here is getting the chicken done, but not burning too much the breadcrumbs, okay? So, ideally, you might want to have your breast a little thinner, okay? So if you buy a couple of the breasts, just use a meat tenderizer, thin them out just a little bit, and that way you can cook them fairly quickly, and then you don't burn the breadcrumbs, okay? You want it kind of like a golden brown color, and they're getting there now, but you also want the chicken meat cooked, okay? So if it's too thick, the breasts are too thick, then, you know, you're probably going to run into a little bit of a problem with, you know, keeping the breadcrumb at that golden color and getting the chicken done. So there's that delicate balance. And in this little bowl here, I have some shallots I diced up because I'm going to remove the chicken breast. I have some lemon and some garlic, a few cloves of garlic. I have some cream. I have some white wine, some chicken broth. A lot of stuff happening here on this dish. All right, let's take a peek. All right, let's turn them over. Yeah, that's what we want to see. That color right there. Yep, that one's a little light, so we'll leave that one over there. This one's probably, yep, that's good. But you see that color right there? Man, that's a beautiful color. With the exception of this one. There's always one that wants to be a little ornery, doesn't want to act like the rest of them. Don't know why that is. If I'm making something with grapes, if I'm making something with cherries, it's that one grape that will fall on the floor, the one cherry that will fall out the bowl. Mysteriously fall out the bowl, no less. I think sometimes they might even jump out the bowl. Just to be that one little ornery one, right? So let's look at this guy here again. Okay, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. And you know, I can smell that garlic and onion powder in there, in these breasts. This dish is going to come together very, very, very nicely. And if you make it, you are going to love it. Very, very good. We live in some strange times, and I'm excited to be able to cook good food and share this food with good friends. And I have also, I'm excited about something I'm going to share with you a little bit later. Very excited. I started my own little business venture, my cooking business venture. Yes, I'm going to talk more about that later. These are coming along beautifully. Again, get some chicken breasts. If they're very thick, then use a meat tenderizer. Thin them out. Some saran wrap or whatever between saran wrap, and just thin them out. Then slice them in pieces like this. Then a couple of eggs. Flip that one back over. And then in the panko breadcrumbs, put some garlic and onion powder in there. We're almost done here. And all this in the pan. You know, these bits in the pan. Sometimes they get charred, but that's nothing but flavor. That's all that is. That's flavor right there. So don't sweat that, and certainly don't clean out your pan unless you burn something, of course. Put this one a little bit more over there. This is that ornery one right there. Okay, so crossing that threshold, you have to be careful. And I just want to add, once I take these out of here, I'm going to add just a pinch more of olive oil, okay? I think we're almost done. Let me get my plate for these, another plate. All right, set these up on here. And it's done there. So it's done right there. And there. All right, right there. That's the stubborn one. This one I guess we can take out. That's done as well. Okay. All right. So we have our chicken that's done. We're still going to hang out here at the saucepan. All right. I'm going to add just a pinch more olive oil in here. Just a little bit more. Okay. Because then we have the shallots. All right. Wow, that aroma just exploded out of the pan as soon as I put these shallots in here. You know, man. Now I want to add these shiitake mushrooms, and they're going to absorb some of that oil. So to put just a tad more oil in here. It's olive oil, so it's all good, folks. Oh man, yep. And I'm going to add a little freshly ground black pepper. All right. And just a tad of salt. All right. I'm going to put my salt out in my little bowl. Where is it? There it is, right there. All right. Okay. Turn this up a little bit. Get these shiitake mushrooms cooking just for a few minutes. Turn my heat back up. It's delicious, 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 delicious. My Panko Encrusted Asiago Shitake chicken breast with Bucatini pasta. Okay, next I'm going to add my garlic. Okay, a couple of cloves of garlic, finely minced up there. Oh, my goodness, that smells good. Now what we're going to add next, a little bit of chicken broth. not too much there. And we're going to add a little bit of white wine, okay? All right. And we're going to add some lemon juice. And here as well. And let this just for a minute or two. That cook down just a little bit. That aroma again. Oh man. Smell that wine, those shallots, the garlic. Got these mushrooms in here. We have just a couple more things to put in this dish. Come over here. I'm going to add a little bit of mustard. Okay, Dijon mustard, maybe a tablespoon. All right. Spread out, spread out. I'm telling you, the aroma is out of this world, okay? Out of this world. All right. Next, we want to add a little bit of heavy cream, okay? Just a little bit of heavy cream in here. All right. And last but not least, one of the stars of the show, the Asiago cheese. How much cheese? I don't know, half a cup, grate it. Maybe a little bit more. That could be a preference thing. And watch your hand on these graters, because you can certainly cut yourself. Okay. All right. I think that's enough cheese in there. Oh, man. Woo. Use this, less noise, to mix that in real well. Add a little bit more black pepper. Some salt in the cheese, so be careful with that. And I salted the chicken. But you can add just a little bit more salt if you like. Just a little bit more. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is return these chicken breasts back to the sauce. All right, set that right there. And we'll try to get the chicken coated in here. Yeah. Because we have one more step in this dish, and that's to add the bucatini to this. Oh yeah, man. So we get the pasta. And this pasta in there. My green colander. To get my stainless steel out next time. Get this mixed in with this sauce. Yeah, like that. Oh man, oh man. That Asiago cheese mixed in with this cream and mustard. Okay. That. Whoops. All right. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. My Panko Encrusted Asiago Shitake chicken breast with Bucatini pasta. Now we're going to plate. I get a plate out here. And then we're going to okay. Now we're going to go back over to the board area, and I'm going to slice up a lemon and chop up some garnish for some parsley over here. But first, what I want to do very quickly is take some of this so all we need just a little bit of this parsley. My dish for this edition of Cooking with Jae. Panko Encrusted Asiago Shitake mushroom chicken breast with Bucatini pasta. And again, you don't have to use, you can use the pasta of your choice, some linguine, some spaghetti, whatever works for you. That's just what I decided to use to make with this dish. So in that sauce, there's some shiitake mushrooms, some shallots, some garlic, some heavy cream, some white wine, chicken broth. What else did I put in here? The Asiago cheese. Am I leaving out anything? Salt and pepper, of course. In the panko breadcrumbs, I added a half a teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder, and with the breadcrumbs, mix it around well. A couple of eggs, beat the eggs, dip the chicken pieces, slice up the chicken breast, dip the chicken pieces in the egg, then into the panko breadcrumb mixture. And then I have some olive oil in the pan, get it hot, and do your thing. Once the chicken pieces are done, remove them. And then you add the shallots. You might have to add a little bit of oil, then add the mushrooms, then add the garlic. The mushrooms will absorb some more of that oil, so be cognizant of that. Then you add the mushrooms, then you add the garlic, then you add some chicken broth. After the shallots and mushrooms and garlic have cooked for just a few minutes, add some chicken broth, then you add some white wine, then some lemon juice. then some heavy cream, and then some mustard, tablespoon of Dijon mustard, small tablespoon of Dijon mustard. You don't want too much mustard in there, just a small tablespoon Dijon mustard. Then you add some Asiago cheese, grate up some cheese in there. Simmer it. That cheese will blend in, melt, blend in beautifully. And the aroma, wow. Then return the chicken pieces back to that. Get the chicken coated in the sauce, then bring the pasta, put the pasta in the pan as well, mix it up well, and then plate. And you have yourself a delicious meal. I'm getting hungry right now, so I'm gonna go eat my dinner. Thanks for watching, friends. This edition of Cooking with Jay. Cooking with Jay airs Sunday evening starting at 6 p.m. on the WHRO Public Media Facebook page. If you can't watch it at 6, it's on the page. So just scroll down until you can find it, and you can watch it anytime. And you can also see archive editions of Cooking with Jay at the WHRO Public Media Facebook page. Now, about that little announcement I had, I formed my own little cooking business, basically doing exactly what I'm doing here, except in your house, okay? I do cooking events for the stations for years and years. Now I have my own business called the Cosmopolitan Palate. The Cosmopolitan Palate, it's the in-home chef dining experience for 1 to 10 people. Visit thecosmopolitanpalate.com for more information. You can see exactly what I'm doing there, and that's my next step in my cooking adventure. The Cosmopolitan Palate, no space between the words, .com. And in the meantime, Cooking with Jay continues, and we'll see you soon with another edition of Cooking with Jay, some more delicious food from the Jazz Kitchen. Take care, friends. Be safe. Hi everyone, Jay Sennett here. Cooking with Jay is now even more jazzy in my new home with my chef's kitchen. I'd love for you to check it out. Join me Sunday evenings at 6 on Facebook at WHRO Public Media. Let's get cooking.